Hey everyone, today I want to discuss a very important FSA or field service action that Ford has just announced regarding the majority of the 2020 model year GT350s and GT500s. Now, some people will refer to this as a TSB or a recall, but technically it's a field service action, and Ford just issued this. Now, I'm going to put all this information in the description below so you can take a look at this yourself and basically read through it, but I just want to cover the basics. So they issued this on April 26th of 2021. Today's the 28th, so it just came out. GT500, GT350s model year 2020, and the actual build dates affected are December 2nd, 2019 through December 16th of 2020. So that's going to be the overwhelming majority of vehicles, and you should be getting a notification on your Ford Pass app if your vehicle is affected by this. If you're not sure, you could always just call the dealer and they'll be able to tell you. Now, my vehicle's not affected by this. Mine was built in October of 19, but still I wanted to go through this procedure and just check for myself just for peace of mind, because this is probably one of the main causes that's leading to these unexpected and basically catastrophic engine failures for these things. So essentially what's happening is when the engines are being built, the secondary timing chain tensioners are failing to properly activate to keep the secondaries in proper tension, and it can lead to engine damage. The engine can run rough or start to misfire because it basically is out of time. Now, this is going to be covered by the dealer or by a Ford because the vehicles are all still under warranty. But as of right now, this program has an expiration date of April 30th of 2022. But basically, if this is happening to you or you have one of these cars, get it in right away. Do not wait for this. You can potentially have a catastrophic engine failure if this affects your car and it's out of time. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to remove the oil cap on the passenger side, and you're going to be looking to see if it's not activated or activated. So not activated ones are going to be really low, and they're going to be sitting much lower like this. And the ones that are properly activated are going to be sitting high. And the definitive way to tell is when you look inside the engine, there's going to be a little groove right here. And that groove is the definitive part of the tensioner, letting you know it's extended all the way and holding the secondary at proper tension. Now, here's where this gets a little bit scary. If yours is not activated, Ford is recommending you have the vehicle towed to the dealership. They're recommending you not drive it. And they have to take the cam covers off. When they take the cam covers off, they're looking to see if the engine is in time. If the engine is still in proper timing, essentially what they're having done is they're going to have in your engine, they're going to be replacing the secondary timing chain tensioner, secondary shoes guide, secondary chains, and they're going to be replacing the cylinder heads. So that's a pretty involved process. If your engine is not in correct timing, they have to do a leak down test. If it passes the leak down test, they're going to do the same thing as if it was in time. If it's out of time and it fails the leak down test, they're going to be replacing all that same stuff, all the secondary chains, guides, tensioners, the cylinder head, and they're going to be replacing the pistons and the connecting rods. So if your engine is out of time, it's a pretty extensive tear down of the engine. So that's why you really want to get this checked out right away. Don't wait. Contact your dealer right away and at least inspect this yourself. Now, the inspection is pretty easy. You could definitely do this yourself in your garage. If you're not comfortable with it, you can always have the dealer do it. Really, all you're going to need is a small mirror. A lot of the larger inspection mirrors are too big. The heads are too fat to fit inside the where the cap is for the oil fill, but actually this is actually a dental one that I got. So this is nice and small, and it actually fits in there very easily, and you're basically going to need a flashlight. So let's just go ahead. Even though my car's not affected, I still checked it out just to double check. I want to show what's actually involved in this. So basically you take the oil cap off, try to hold up the light, properly get this in focus. It's a little bit difficult because you have to look somewhat deep inside the engine. So when you look in the engine initially, there's a chain directly in front of you. That is the primary chain. That's not what you're looking at. Right behind the primary is the secondary. So I'm going to try to hold this up. So you're going to take this mirror very carefully, put it inside the engine. You might have to mess with the angles a little bit. So let's see. You go down. There's the top of the secondary. Oh, slipped a little bit. Try that one more time. Here's the top. You'll see the top of the secondary first. So there's your secondary. The black part is that plastic tensioner, and just below it is the metal part that you're looking for. I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's a little difficult at this angle, but mine is activated, fortunately. So I am not, well, I'm not even affected by this recall according to the paperwork, but mine's affected. You're gonna look for that little groove in there, and the groove is up. There's just a couple more lines on there just because I assume when it came up, it just put a couple more just little lines in there, but the that main grooved part of the tensioner is definitely, there you go, you can see right there. You can see that that groove is up and activated. So that's basically what you're going to be looking for. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward. Like I said, when you just put it in, put it to the right, and then like I said, first thing you see is the secondary chain, the black part's the tensioner, and as you go down, you can see that groove is up and out. So it's holding the engine secondary chain at the proper tension. So that's how you can do it. Again, if you're a little uncomfortable doing it yourself, you're not really sure, you can always have the dealer do it for you. But it's a pretty easy check to do yourself, just to give yourself peace of mind to know that whether it is or is out of activation. So I hope this helps everybody out. Like I said, this is probably the main culprit to a lot of these unexplained random engine failures that some people have been experiencing very early on. This may not be the explanation for everyone, but this is probably a major part of it. So definitely, if you own a 2020 model year, 350 or 500, get out in the garage and go check to make sure you are or are not affected by this, so you know for sure. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.